Why do we love stories? Why are they better than just facts and figures? Why do they help you get a higher score? And how can you use them effectively in your Task 2 essay to achieve a Band 9? In this video, I will answer these questions and show you how recent scientific discoveries reveal the surprising power of storytelling. You will also learn how to apply this strategy correctly without wasting time and increasing your score safely. Recent research from Stanford University's Center for Compassion and Altruism used brain imaging to discover that storytelling activates multiple brain regions simultaneously, including Broca's area, which processes language, and the sensory cortex, which creates vivid experiences. According to Heath and Heath's book, Made to Stick, 2007, this makes narratives 22 times more memorable than facts alone. For IELTS examiners who process hundreds of similar essays every day, this neurological advantage makes a big difference. Cambridge Assessment English's 2023 Examiner Feedback Report confirms this. It says that while most candidates can write about the topic sentence, a few write a brief scenario or anecdote, which helps the examiner to understand the argument straight away. These essays score significantly higher in the task response and coherence criteria. For example, instead of saying, "People spend too much time on social media," you can start with, "When I asked my mom how she was doing, she showed me funny cat videos on her phone instead of giving me her full attention. That's when I realized that she had a serious social media addiction." This is not only more interesting, but it also helps the examiner understand your opinion and grasp the whole essay faster. But wait, why does it work? What makes stories so powerful? To answer this question, we need to look at the science. Cognitive load theory, developed by John Sweller, one of the world's leading experts in human memory and cognition, explains why this works. He argues that our working memory has limited processing capacity. That's why complex texts require mental effort to understand. But here's where storytelling comes in. Concrete narratives reduce the mental effort required to understand abstract ideas because they connect directly to our experiences. Imagine reading this sentence. Climate change affects people's lives. It requires some mental effort to understand. Now imagine this. A family stands in front of their flooded house, holding on to their belongings as they watch their life's memories being washed away. This narrative immediately creates a vivid experience that connects to your emotions and reduces the mental effort required to understand the impact of climate change. That's why, according to Sweller, narratives help learners understand complex ideas faster and remember them better. This idea was tested in a longitudinal study by Dr. Lisa Cron, the director of the UCLA Writing Project. She worked with 400 students over 2 semesters to investigate how teaching narrative writing improves student writing. The results were remarkable. Students who learned to use micro-narratives increased their persuasive writing scores by 34%, compared to those who received traditional structural writing lessons. Micro-narratives are brief, concrete stories that illustrate abstract ideas. They activate the reader's imagination and make writing more engaging. However, Dr. Cron emphasizes that using narratives to persuade is a challenging skill that requires careful practice and training. Mastering this skill involves understanding how to connect stories to arguments, make smooth transitions between narratives and analysis, and avoid irrelevant or overly sentimental storytelling. Although this research focuses on American students, the findings can be generalized to the IELTS context because the principles of cognitive load theory and narrative transportation apply universally. Now let's discuss how to use this strategy correctly in your Task 2 essay. However, before that, I would like to share one more study. It was published in the Journal of Second Language Writing and presents a comprehensive analysis of the relationship between narrative skills and high band scores in the IELTS. Researchers worked with 240 high-level ESL students to investigate the impact of using narratives on writing performance. The findings show that while narrative hooks alone cannot guarantee success, Balancing narrative hooks with analytical development can lead to higher band scores across all 4 IELTS criteria. This highlights the importance of combining the memorability of stories with the clarity and structure of analytical writing. Now let's talk about how to apply these findings to your Task 2 essay. First, prepare 2 to 3 sentences establishing the context of your story. Who are the main characters? What is the setting? What is the problem? Here's an example for the topic: too much screen time is bad for children. A boy is sitting in his room glued to the screen, oblivious to the beautiful day outside. His mother knocks on the door but doesn't get any response. Concerned, she walks closer and realizes that her son has been spending hours watching videos instead of playing and exercising. Next, clearly state your position. This can be done in the same paragraph right after the story or in the next one. This scenario is not uncommon these days, and excessive screen time is negatively affecting children's physical and mental health. It is important to limit their usage of digital devices to ensure their overall well-being. Provide evidence to support your position and explain how your story connects to your argument. Explore both sides if necessary, but focus on the most relevant aspects. Give examples, statistics, or expert opinions to strengthen your analysis. Here's an example. Excessive screen time can lead to various health issues such as obesity, sleep problems, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. According to a study conducted by the University of Texas, children who spend more than 2 hours a day on electronic devices are more likely to develop these problems. Finally, offer a solution or recommendation to address the issue raised in your story. Connect this back to your main argument and summarize your stance. Parents should set limits on their children's screen time and encourage them to engage in outdoor activities to maintain a healthy balance between technology and the real world. As you can see, this approach effectively combines the memorability of storytelling with the clarity and structure of analytical writing, which is exactly what the highest scoring essays do. By using this method, you can increase your task response score by presenting a clear and well-supported answer to the essay question, and improve your coherence and cohesion score by using cohesive devices to link ideas and a logical sequence to guide the reader through your argument. Additionally, using stories can enhance your lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy scores by providing you with a rich source of vocabulary and complex sentence structures. Research shows that narrative writing engages higher-order thinking skills and deep processing, leading to more sophisticated language use. Stories naturally lend themselves to using idiomatic expressions, phrasal verbs, and other nuanced language features that can impress examiners. Moreover, incorporating anecdotes into your introduction or conclusion can boost your score. According to Cambridge Assessment English's 2023 Examiner Feedback Report, many candidates still find it challenging to write a good introduction and conclusion. Using brief stories or anecdotes in these sections can help you stand out. Let me tell you how this works in the real exam. Not all topics require or allow for personal stories. For example, in an environmental essay about the impacts of climate change, you might start with a story about a coastal community facing rising sea levels. Then you can move on to more general examples and data. When appropriate, you can also include a personal story in the body paragraphs. For example, when discussing the challenges of recycling, you could share a story about your experience with limited recycling options in your hometown. In conclusion, stories are powerful tools that can help you achieve a higher score in your IELTS essay. By using concise, relevant scenarios in your writing, you can make your arguments more memorable, improve your coherence, and demonstrate a wide range of vocabulary and grammar. To stay competitive and maximize your chances of getting a high score, keep in mind that while stories are effective, academic integrity is paramount. Your stories should be hypothetical, culturally neutral, and serve to support, not replace, your logical analysis. If you want to learn more about this strategy, check out the resources provided. Thank you for watching today, and see you in the next video. Good luck with your preparation and your exam. Bye.